Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well because we're having a wonderful day. Today we're doing a review on this 5th May 2025. We're doing a review that is kind of crazy, and it's Jeepers Creepers. Right? So Jeepers Creeper isn't Jeepers Creeper is a okay. First of all, when I say I'm doing the review of Jeepers Creepers, I'm talking about the first and the second movie. There's a third movie which is Jeepers Creeper 3. The Jeepers Creeper 3 was released in 2017. Jeepers Creeper 1 and Jeepers Creeper 2 were 2001, 2002, right? So they're, for me, it's not the same. And there's then Jeepers Creepers Resurrection. We're going to be doing the first and the second one because these are movies that I enjoy. So before we even start, I got a funny story. I was in grade 7, which we call the high school, the first year of high school, sophomore in high school. Is it sophomore or junior? I don't know. I think it's sophomore for young and senior for older. I think that's what they say. Once again, I'm French, right? So then what ended up happening was I had this crush on this one girl, Sibylle Dufour. Little French girl. Sibylle. It was such a weird story. Sibylle. I know it's a review on Jeepers Creeper, but I have to talk about it because this is a Jeepers Creeper situation. Sibylle wasn't... I don't think I was in love with Sibylle, but she was the first girl that I saw who wore G-string. She was very sexual for when I was 14 years old. I was 13, so she was a MILF. So I think I was in love with the idea of sexuality, and she, in my mind, represent that sexuality. And Sibylle, that is the weirdest thing. That is the completely weird thing. She took two of my friends and blew them in a parking lot. Again, at 14 years old. I'm not judging her. I think she's super cool. Yeah, this is a bit too much information, right? She was the easy one, right? And I had this mentality of I'm in the friend zone, but it'll work. Eventually, what happened is the summer comes, and she's coming to my house almost every single day. But then she started bringing guys over, and I'm like, I'm not really okay with you bringing guys. She's like, oh, sorry. So then the very first day that we were together, only me and her, I lost my virginity. Now Sibylle, how much I loved her, she loved horror movie and I didn't like it. But it's weird because she liked horror movie like Jeepers Creepers. She likes really old horror movie that weren't that scary. So I lost my virginity. I think it's the day I watched Jeepers Creeper for the first time, or the day after. But I remember Jeepers Creeper because I remember the scene where he has Justin Longskin, and he has his eye in the belly button hole. So yeah, pretty sensational movie for me. I'm sorry about this, the whole story. There's a lot of information. Poor girl. I hope you don't think I'm slut shaming her. Nor should you. Please don't slut shame people. Everybody should be able to embrace their sexuality, no matter what it is. Sexuality is a extension of love, and love is the most beautiful of emotions. You wanna shame people? Shame yourself first. So Jeepers Creeper, what it is? Jeepers Creeper is part of these very, very weird movies. So I for some freaking reason, the 80s had a lot of slasher movie, right? So when you think about slasher, you think about there's two main slasher. I think there's 3, but people will say 2. So the main slasher are possibly Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees, right? Now, ultimately speaking, that's not true. There's also Friday the 13th, which is Michael Myers. Now, why is it different? Michael Myers is a normal guy that's fucking shit of evil. Freddy Krueger is a spawn of the devil, and Jason Voorhees is a magic guy. Now, I like to add Chucky, because Chucky is also a slasher, but the Chucky is different because Chucky is more like a comedy than a scary movie. The craziest thing with Nightmare on Elm Street and Crystal Lake, Friday the 13th Crystal Lake, is that they're kind of scary, but they're kind of goofy. Like, there's a lot of Freddy moments that are goofy, very goofy, and people laugh at these movies, special, very special. But in these movies, there's also another subclasses of killers. One of those killers happened to be It the Clown. So why am I talking about It the Clown? Why am I talking about Jason Voorhees? Why am I talking about AX? What am I talking about? So many things. Because Jeepers Creeper has next to no lore. Freddy Krueger, a lot of lore. Charles Lee Ray, a lot of lore. The Clown of It, a lot of lore, right? Jason Voorhees, a lot of lores. Jeepers Creeper, next to none. So the Jeepers Creeper is the creature that comes back every 23 years, right? Just like the It Clown come back every 27 years. Little coincidence. And he feeds, right? So the thing with the two movie is you get to know next to nothing about it. So the very first movie, what is really 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 cool is you find this person, this creature, and you don't know what's up, and then you actually like fight it, and then that's just it. Then in the second one, we hear a little bit more of Jeepers Creepers. We know how he works, and what is kind of cool is they had this very Chucky effect. So I'm gonna compare a lot to Chucky because that's my blueprint for slasher. So they realized that they had a good slasher, and then they monetized on the slasher. So Jeepers Creeper is just the fact that you don't know next to nothing about him. Justin Long, which is the guy from so many movies, from Accepted, from Tusk. I fucking love Justin Long. Huge fan of him. And he's Canadian, so that helps. So what ended up happening was Justin Long is this kind of guy, and he's a kind of badass. And what I like about this story is it's always like so many people with those, it's just those two, right? Now, my problem with Jeepers Creepers is the first Jeepers Creeper, the Jeeper reacts in a way. The second one, he doesn't react in a way. But what happened is the second one, they realize how much people love the Jeepers Creepers or the Creeper in himself. So they monetize on the fact that, okay, let's put more importance on him. But the Jeepers Creeper in the first movie, it's more so about this. It's such a good movie. There's more importance on the first, on the creature, right? But all in all, it's only about Jeepers Creeper. It's only about that. So technically speaking, there's one person that can help them, but she's deemed crazy. I don't know if you can believe her. There's this other person that can help them, and she's not afraid of the Jeepers Creeper, but she gets killed, right? And then they end up at a police station, and he kills everybody. And the second one is actually way better. The second one is actually kind of fucking perfect. So the second one is a school bus, right? And it's so fucking cool because what ended up happening is on the bus there's a psychic. She's psychic. She has psychic ability. She doesn't know it yet, but that's how they know the Jeepers Creepers. So then you really see it. So the Jeepers Creeper goes in and he's gonna be like, okay, well, I like you, I like you, I like you. Now the craziest thing is we got an official Creeper hunter, and that's something we don't have with Freddy Krueger. We don't have with Jason Voorhees. None of them have that. Right, so that's one. That's two. I thought it was really cool because in the second one, there's so many like subjects. There's racism, right? So there's racism. For example, there's the guy say, "Hey, it should be that group that dies," right? Or it should be, and there's just these ideas that are explored. If I can save my own ass, how far am I willing to go to save my own asses? But then ultimately speaking, we get a lot more information on Jeepers Creepers. We get a lot more information on the Creeper. Now, my problem with the second movie, it feels very, very boring. So in the first one, it's a car chase. Well, not a car chase, but he's chasing the two. So, it's complex. So the Jeepers Creeper is like a hunter, and he caught the smell of the character of Justin Long, which is the main character, right? So he caught the smell, and then he wants to hunt it. And the second one, he's only out every 23 years. So he has a school bus full of children, and he have way more than what's needed to eat, So yeah, in the second one, it feels a bit more boring because they're in a school bus. So they're in a school bus. Are we staying in the school bus? Are we getting out of the school bus? Are we running away? What are we supposed to do, right? And you just go back in and out. But it's really well made. There's really cool scene. So that's with Jeepers Creeper. It's a great movie. Technically speaking, it's nuts because Jeepers Creeper biggest flaw is his biggest strength. You see other slasher movies that have way more lore, way more, right? Way more, to a degree where you're like, holy shit, there's a whole, I don't know if you guys understand, okay, but just Jason Voorhees, go on Wikipedia and write Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th novel. There's over 12 novel. Nightmare on Elm Street. There's so many of them. So, not about getting the lore. And I think when you understand the lore, I think it's becoming a bit boring, right? But one and all, it's actually pretty good. Because you're in a position of, okay, well, I understand everything. With Jeepers Creepers, you can just go mindlessly, watch a 2 movie. They're about an hour and a half each. It's an afternoon, you're done. You couldn't watch, technically speaking, you could do a marathon of Friday 13, but I don't think you would be finished. Because I had this guy, and he's the 80s slasher librarian, and he reads them. But even then, one of the book of Jason Voorhees, which is Friday 13, will be 8 hours. So they're great to listen, but you don't want to spend like a week listening to that, right? That's pretty much it. So that's your Jeepers Creeper review. Guys, take it easy. Peace.